People behind the programme have asked me just to say a little bit, as it were, about how I got involved in the filming. Well, just one day, simple as that, I was at work. There's just me and a few female clients who seemed to be staying a bit longer than really necessary. I'm not sure they were interested in purchasing them, probably, actually. I think they had other designs. Designs on me is what I mean. Anyway, there was a knock on the door, a very unassuming young man. I think he was gay. I'm not bothered. I'm absolutely not bothered. Anyway, he was from the company and he said they're looking for an interesting estate agent to follow around. Fly on the wall, they call it, literally as if a fly was on a wall watching the goings on. It's a very new type of filming. If I went into all the technicalities now, I think I'd lose you pretty quickly, actually. Anyway, it transpired that the key question for them was, who is the most interesting salesman you've got on your books? Answer me, obviously. I realised that straight away, so I didn't actually bother to ask the bosses. I just nominated myself. And the people from the television company, they went for me pretty quickly.
Hello, Mr. Sedges.
Hello.
Do come in. Nice to see you again.
Hello.
Hi. Right. I see you've brought your son with you today.
He's not my son, he's my partner.
Oh, right. You are aware that these are residential premises, yeah?
We live together.
Oh, I see. It's about time you flew the nest, isn't it, Sonny? Anyway, you've just come in through the rear entrance, OK? The rear of the property. Now, I should just say that the mechanism on that door is very, very, very old. And if you're going to be coming in through the rear on a number of occasions, then I would probably grease it with perhaps one of the white fats. That would do the trick. Now, there are two other further back passages, one to the east and one to the west. If you're carrying very heavy bags, then I suggest you use the passage to the west and not the east. That's a very small passage. Now, you will notice that the hall has feature panelling. Now, if you were to count up each individual panel, you would see that they add up to exactly 100. Now, that's a century in cricket. How's that? Well done, Sir Jeff, and so on and so forth.
How old is the property?
I don't know. Now, if you'd like to follow me this way through this slightly smaller passage...
I hope that I don't become a star because of this, because, you know, hey, I'm out and about everywhere. I got there's a lot of guys I know, a lot of places I go where I don't really want to be bothered by working class people. I don't get on with them that well. I don't really see the point of the working classes. Having said that, so anyway, there was contract signs, photo shoots. They said I needed very, very little makeup. So the cameras have been following me round now. Had a pretty bad hit rate with the crew. Let me just explain to you. Of a crew of approximately 50, I'd say that 18 are younger ladies. I've had, you know, a thing, not necessarily penetrated, but I've had a thing with 6 of them. Now that gives me, if you work it out, 33% hit rate. That's not that good for me, actually. There are a lot of lesbians in this industry. Obviously, that's probably the reason. I usually run at about 60% hit rate. Usually, you know, I buy them lingerie, basically. People think it's a bit old-fashioned. I don't, and they don't seem to think it's old-fashioned at all.
Now, it's a triple aspect room with undercurrents of bohemia. I think it works very well indeed. Now, the present vendors have chosen to display dried fruit and candles on the table. You needn't be restricted to that. It's a very good idea. You may wish to put on, I don't know, perhaps a model of a burnt-out car and a microphone. That would work very well.
These beams, are they original to the property?
I don't know. I really don't know. Over here is a very interesting little room. There we are. Can you see through there?
Yes.
Yeah, now what the present owners have done is they've made it a sewing room, but it's a sewing room where you can actually get blind drunk as you do your sewing.
Do you think that the owners might be open to an offer on the place?
I don't know, I'm sorry, but I do think that's a very, very nice feature. Right, if you'd like to follow me now, we can go on up to the bathroom.
During the 4 to 6 weeks that you've been with me, Mary left me, Rose left me, yeah, and another girl, I can't remember her, she had absolutely lovely legs, if you could ignore the hair. I was able to for a period of time, but then we moved into a bedsit and she had to wash her hands over a sink in the room, and I couldn't help but, you know, be staring right at her, her back end, as it were. Not my cup of tea at the end of the day. Couldn't actually achieve an erection.
Right, do come through. This is the main or family bathroom. Now, as you can see, it's a large room for a bathroom. Okay, this is a circle and that's a point there. There's a high-level cistern, beautiful when the water rushes through there. It feels like you're sitting just in front of a waterfall.
Are the vendors in a chain? Can we move in quickly?
I don't know. Now, the toilet seat itself goes up as well as down. I'll show you that once more. Up as well as down.
Freehold or leasehold?
I don't know.
Will they be leaving the fixtures and fittings?
I don't know.
No, is it a south-facing garden?
I don't know.
Do you know the history of the property?
I don't know.
Cable connections?
I don't know.
How tall is this ceiling?
I don't know.
Is there a loft?
I don't know.
Is there a basement?
I don't know. Right, if you'd like to come through this way...
I do have planned to have children. I think my genes are worth passing on. It's as simple as that. People don't necessarily warm to me when I say such things, but it's just the truth of it. You know, I'm making things happen. I'm making other people make things happen for themselves, and I'm making people happy. And if that's a bad thing, then, you know, cut my cock off.
Aww.